Hey, what's up, everybody? We're going to take a look at a pre-production figure today. We're looking at KFC's Ditka. This is their take on G1 Blitzwing. I do believe that the name Ditka comes from one of the episodes where Blitzwing steals or kidnaps a football coach and asks him for strategy on how to defeat the Autobots by using football strategy. And I think it works pretty well for a little while, and then it comes all to pieces. All right, so let's get into it. Let's take a look at the accessories first. Just remember that this is a pre-production, so lots of things will change. Joints will be tighter. Paint applications or paint colors could change. Let's hope they do so. But let's look at the accessories first, or what it all came with. Everything came in baggies, so nothing came with instructions or any of the other fun stuff that normally package stuff comes with. So you just have to, do your best to guess as to what's going on here with this stuff. All right, so first things first, we'll start off with came with this, which is a giant sprue. This is what typically toys come on, and they're all cut off after production. So looks like various bombs, missiles, accessories. Hopefully, when you actually get this, they'll all be cut out, so you know what to do with them. All right, so we also got a beige sprues, which I don't know what these are supposed to be for. No clue. All right. What else do we got here? I'll leave that one for last because that's pretty fun. We got a missile launcher. Pull that out of the baggie. Not spring loaded, just plain old missile launcher. I don't even know if the missile comes out, but yeah, missile launcher. Okay. You can tell my enthusiasm for this figure. I pulled him out of the box and I'm just like, ugh. But we're gonna take a look at him anyway. Here's one gun, which looks like it collapses, so that might be for storage. Okay. It's always good to have storage on a figure, but it also helps when they send you these things. They send you instructions. They don't send you instructions. You gotta have to guess as to what things go where. Some sort of gray clip here as well. Or why do I keep saying gray? Beige clip. Sorry, beige clip. Secondary head. So they think that this is a good idea. This is the head based off the animated series. So you got this second head. So let's see if I can zoom in on that guy. It's really dark, which is one of the problems. I'll switch the lighting here for you guys. Yeah, there you go. It's that weird chin strap, one eyeball popping out. Ugly ass face. Yep, I said it. Alright, so two pieces left. We get a sword, which lights up. There's a battery-operated sword. Very bland. Bit boring. Okay. Last fun thing. See the best for last. He comes with a football, which is kind of clever, kind of fun. But just a football. Okay, so you can tell that I'm already not really interested in this figure. And let's go run it down and go over why. Okay, so yeah, they did say that the colors could change, and let's God hope they do, because this yellow is just absolutely terrible. This yellow needs to be darker, not this pastel-y yellow, which just doesn't work. The face, the purple just gets lost in there somewhere. You really can't even tell. Like, the neck is all purple, the face is all purple. It should be a white or silver would help. You gotta break that up. It's just too much purple all around there. You see some fading here with the red. Let's look at the articulation. Yeah, these flaps go up, so you can get some medium range here. He's got some weight to him, so I'll give it that. He does have weight. Because I know some people, they really are emphasis on how the figure feels in their hands when they pick them up. Tight joints. So that's good. Now, the one thing that's always a problem with Blitzwing is him just being top heavy from all the stuff on his back. So you really need the tight joints in the legs. Got these white legs here. It's just, I think they need to go back to the drawing board with this figure completely and utterly. I don't, like, even right here, you can't even, there's a range on the arm. I'll go back here a little bit. There's a range on your arm. Fingers feel ridiculously loose, like they're gonna pop off. They could be tightened up. Like I said, and I gotta keep emphasizing that, just because this is a pre-production, early pre-production figure. Hopefully, this is something that they're like, hey, listen, we want people just to take a look at it. We got a lot of work to do on it, because they have a lot of work to do on it. I'm gonna fold those fingers in there like that. I'm not a big fan of this style of fingers. These fingers can pop off very easily. They're all just plastic. There's no rivets to keep them in. Yeah, he is some semblance of Blitzwing. It's kind of a mixture between G1 toy and cartoon accuracy, trying to do an MP style. So the back looks nice. The back is clean. I just think that they did a couple missteps here and there and everywhere. I think especially people are a lot more forgiving when the face is done well and when the body and the chest is done well, and this is just not. So I think people are not going to be wanting this figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it, because I got to look through and try to figure out how to transform him. And it's probably going to take me a little while to figure out this guy, because I don't typically transform Transformers without looking at some sort of instruction or looking at some other reviewer and seeing how they transformed a figure or a character, just because sometimes we all need a little bit of extra help. So let's get this sucker paused, and we will be right back. We'll try to go into tank mode first. Okay, so I got into tank mode all by myself too. Well, at least what I think is tank mode. I'm sure there might be some little things here and there that I might have missed. Maybe these boosters in the back can go somewhere else. Overall, the tank looks pretty clean. Other than these black spots here and here, maybe they can make them beige. I don't know if that's where they are in the transformation. The bottom is pretty clean looking. That probably should be inside. Fix that up right now. There we go. Moves a little bit. Tiny tires, so they don't move that smoothly or cleanly. But realistically, nobody's going to be running this thing across the carpet. Nice little cockpits here. For your Micromen, I guess, if you really had some of those left over, if you wanted to put them in there. A decent looking tank. I think it hides most of the jet and the robot pretty well, all things considered. A big old gap here. But I guess they're not expecting you to spin this around too much. So. I like the finer details. I have to point out that, like, I like the tank treads. I like the little bit of rivets. I like the little compartments. The military aspect of it. But remember, this is a triple changer, so it needs to change into a tank, a jet, and a robot. So we got cut a little bit of slack. All right, so that's the tank mode. Let's see if I can get into jet mode from here. Be right back. Alright, so I do believe I got into jet mode. I don't think that the tank piece stays on, so I think that just gets put aside. So, bit of a performer there. But yeah, here's a big whopping purple jet. Now, like I said, without the instructions, I don't know if I exactly did this right or not, but this thing is massive. Um, Intuitive if I transformed it properly. I have no idea what to do with these landing gear here. This is kind of ridiculous. Other than the fact that when you have it sitting, I don't even know if that's right or not. Probably not right, but it does sit like that. Um, yeah, I have no idea where these things are supposed to go. They're supposed to go out, if they're supposed to go to the side, if they're supposed to go like this. Somehow, some way they're supposed to go. I probably don't have it right. Anyway, got weight to it. I can't endorse this one as it is, as I see it right now. Now, granted, 100%, this is very early pre-production. This is like ridiculously early pre-production. Cockpit's nice that it opens. You could probably fit a little minifigure in there. If it came with minifigures, I think people would be very happy. If it came with like a little pilot, if it came with some tank drivers, I think that would be smart if they just threw a little guys like that in there. As it stands right now, this is an easy pass for me. I know that there's a couple other companies out there that are doing him as well. I think if they were to address some of the things like this yellow here, the head itself, which is buried in here, the colors yellow just don't work. I saw the spare head here. Give up on the yellow. The yellow is hideous. Make it tan, make it beige. This yellow, it just does not do it justice. This is a terrible, terrible choice of color plastic. It doesn't show up well. It looks cheap. It looks very plasticky. It does not work. So that'd be my first advice. I'd be like, get rid of that yellow. Yeah, yellow does not work well with a lot of things, especially if you try to paint it. Especially if you try to use cheap plastic with it. I'm not saying that the plastic's cheap. I'm just saying that whatever color yellow they use to inject that mold, it just doesn't do it justice at all. So hopefully they'll fix that. I think if they did a couple of tweaks and a couple of changes, they might be able to salvage this figure and make a good showing. Otherwise, I see this not doing too well. These are metal. I'll tell you that much. That's metal. That's metal. I'm sure there's other pieces of die-cast metal in here because there's some serious weight in here. I'm thinking maybe somewhere in the legs or in the thighs. Somewhere in here, seriously in here, there's some serious weight to it. So, like I said, somebody hands it to you, you're going to feel this, wow, this is a heavy toy. The feet are definitely die-cast metal. I can feel that right here in the engines. The engines are die-cast metal. So people will be like thrown off by the weight. They might be impressed by that. It might help them have a good selling point. Helps a lot with fan toys. Whenever that you get something on fan toys and you pick it up in your hands, you're like, wow, that's heavy. That's really nice. But there you go. There's your preliminary look at KFC's Ditka. KFC has been trying to get better with their toys, so hopefully this one's still in its early stages, early enough to make the changes that it needs to. Definitely get rid of this yellow. Put something else there. I think look at the other palettes, look at the other figures. This is absolutely hideous. So is the head. Yeah, so there you go. KFC's Ditka. Another attempt at Blitzwing. Still haven't gotten that masterpiece quality or that masterpiece look out of him yet. Might be one of those figures that just does not translate well with the sheer size and him being a triple changer. There's things that are just going to not work well, trying to transform into three different things and still get a good aesthetic out of it. Got to pick one and stick with it and make it look incredible. That's really what it comes down to with the transforms with any of them, really. Figure out if you want to look really amazing in vehicle mode, really amazing as a robot. Whichever one you want, make it look incredible that way, and after that, try to make the other ones look okay. I think people will mostly either want it in a really nice looking vehicle or a really nice looking robot. I'm thinking with Blitzwing, probably a really, really nice robot, then a tank, then a jet. Because obviously the proportions for a jet are just way too far out there. A tank, they probably can do a pretty good job of a tank. Robot, maybe. But yeah, I think a company that makes the design for the robot first and follows with the other two second and third, I think they'll do best, because I think a lot of people like to display their characters in robot mode. So there you go. So if any companies ever watch my video, do your robot first, follow suit with the others. All right, so there you go. Later.